That's an important wicket in the super over.
Nuwan Pradeep with the slower delivery, but it was Kusal Mendis. He had a long way to run, 15 meters to 20 meters. A tough chance, but they picked up a wicket. Look at him go. Position himself and make sure that he hangs on to it this time.
Yeah, it was the one in actual play that cost Kindy Tuskers quite a lot when he dropped his Surudana. The most important thing with this, though, is that Andre Russell's got back on strike, and I think that's really important.
Angelo Matthews, the captain, comes out.
You see, I don't mind Angelo coming out at 3, but you had to have Chandimal batting, because what that gives you is good cricket shots, and at least he'll be hitting the holes in the field, and at worst running 2. He won't be wasting any deliveries, and that's the danger when you send a tail ender in.
Now that's a very good hit indeed. That is a wonderful hit. That is terrific stuff from Andre Russell.
He was expecting that. The Yorker first up, got away with it, then he bowls the shorter one. Russell was ready for that. That's a miss hit, but still it goes so far away. It's gone all the way to Kataragama.
Strength.
Is that close to Colombo, Russ?
It's down here in the deep south.
2 wickets and teams are away, by the way. That means they're out if there's two wickets, 2 dismissals. Nicely bowled again onto that, the blue boot, I think, not the yellow boot, the blue boot.
That's not a mix-up. That's in style. Geez, that's hard to execute. Did you see what Nuwan Pradeep did? Back of the hand, and he's got it at a Yorker length.
That is unbelievably bowled under pressure after just going for a 6. That is an unbelievable comeback ball. What's good for Kandy is that it's got Russell off strike as well.
Bowling coach of the Tuskers, Nuwan Kulasekara. Been a fantastic player for Sri Lanka.
He could hoop it around. 2 balls left in the over. Full toss, worked on the onside. No one down there, that's gone for 4.
And suddenly the Tuskers have a big chase on their hands. 1 more ball remaining. The Kings have got up to 12 already.
Yeah, if this one goes for a boundary, it's going to be a tough chase. I'm just trying to have a look, and my thoughts gone back to the next combination. Isuru Udana bowls for the Kings. Do you guys think that's the right way to go?
Isuru Udana it would be. But who's going to be batting? Gurbaz, Kusal Pereira, Kusal Mendis.
Spot on, Russ. Spot on.
Last ball. He's going to have to bowl that again, I think. Yes, he is. And the danger here is that Andre Russell's got back on strike for the last ball. This is a perfect plan as far as the Kings are concerned.
Going for that wide Yorker, it swung. That's harsh. I know why Nuwan Pradeep looked disappointed, because he got it perfect, but you can see it hoop just a wee bit. I wouldn't have minded if Lyndon Hannibals had let that go.
Where does he bowl this?
He has to bowl it, does he? He does. The wide Yorker.
Wide Yorker.
Because if he doesn't bowl it, Russell can't hit it.
No third man deep. Wide Yorker.
That front leg will get out of the way for sure.
No, he's coming in straight here. Straight Yorker.
The over, 16 on the board. That is considered pretty reasonable stuff for a super over. So 1 over gone. Andre Russell 8 not out. Matthews in the end 4 not out. So 16's on the board. What are your thoughts, boys?
Well, my thoughts were that Kindy Tuskers had got a couple too many in the first game and in the actual game, and the game was tied. So I'm not going to call it, although runs on the board for me is always massive. So I think they've got enough.
Udana with the ball. So he'll look to defend these 16 runs and you have to back him. With his skill set and thought process, Kusal Mendy is not in any hurry. That's an indication of those rushing off to prepare themselves to bat. Kusal Pereira, we saw him walking off briskly, and that's a no-brainer. He and Gurbaz do have to come out. Well, the Tuskers 219. How did they let this happen? And it comes down to that third department that's so crucial, Mickey. Call Shane. Let him know what your thoughts are.
It's saying that, and we're talking about our Sri Lankan coaching staff. The other, our fielding coach Shane McDermott, he'll be all over this, because in terms of where we want to be, it is so important that your third discipline is very, very good, and it's a non-negotiable.
Dinesh Chandimal made 80 of 46. He was dropped very early in the second over. And then Isuru Udana, 34 of 12, which got the Kings to this situation. He was dropped at 8.
Exactly right, Russ. And those were, I mean, they'll be ruining them in that Kandy dressing room if they don't get in tonight.
Work got out. Nuwan Pradeep tried one short ball, but a miss hit from Andre Russell flew over. And then one got away from him, and it was a full toss. That's what's allowed the Kings to get to 16. They bowled well. His four overs, Nuwan Pradeep did exactly what his captain wanted him to do. Got his team back in and led that attack. But that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you get it right, but it does run away from you.
If we just think about this total now, I mean, 16 in these sort of conditions. And the boundary is 70 metres. The track's very good. It's coming on the bat nicely. There's a bit of dew around as well, which makes it a little bit more challenging for the bowlers. I mean, 16 is something that's, I mean, it's a pretty good total as we look at the over bowled. But it's not something that's impossible to chase. It's probably something that is fancied, I would imagine. 16, 17 to win in this sort of situation.
Great catch from Mendes to get rid of Isuru Udana, but then this one flew. Top edge. But those Yorkers were good from Pradeep. Even Andre Russell had no answers to that.
Yeah, they were good, and I agree with you. I think he might have just got a little bit unlucky there on that wide, and suddenly his over's gone for 16. I don't think he bowled that particularly poorly.
Paid the price for getting that ball to swing. Yeah, 12 or 13. Could have fancied themselves more, but it comes down to belief. They got batsmen who can chase this down.
With boundaries in the first couple of balls. Got to get boundaries early.
Yeah, they do. And the old adage is whatever your decision is. So when Isuru Udana gets to the back of his runner, he got to commit to the decision that he makes. Same with the batsman. If you get hesitant in this situation, you of no price. So commit, back yourself, and you could end up here on the winning side.
There's no doubt also that the experience of someone like an Angelo Matthews comes into play as well in this sort of situation, chatting to his charges so that there's clarity in the bowler's mind, so the bowler knows exactly what he's expected to do. That's a good start. Get a cloth for the ball.
Still waiting for the Kindy Tuskers batsman.
You got to get here from Kandy.
Who is it? Oh, yep.
Kusal Jana.
It's number 153.
Great start to the tournament. 219, playing 219, and it's a super over. Some wonderful batting, some great skills.
There has been, Russ, and I think that's what this tournament's going to bring. You know, we spoke about it before the game, around the fact that there are so many young, talented Sri Lankan cricketers, and the stage for them is this stage is as big as some of them are going to play on. It gives people an opportunity to play under pressure with expectations. All the teams have a fairly big fan base now, so it's preparing these guys for the next level.
Yeah, Kusal Pereira and Rahmanullahgurbaz walking out. He'll be tired. He's batted almost the 20 overs. He's kept for 20 overs, 21 overs.
He has, and just at the back end of our camp, he had a slight groin strain, our test camp in Kandy. So I just hope he doesn't do himself any mischief.
Let me just throw this out there. If the scores are tied here in the Super Over, it's a count back to the most number of boundaries in both the game and also the Super Over.
So we're going back to June of 2019. Referring to the World Cup final, Hayes. We just kept going and going and going, and we just couldn't separate those two teams. What a fantastic game that was.
Extraordinary.
It was an amazing game. Doesn't it seem a long time ago now, considering what the world has gone through in the last couple of months?
Left-hand, right-hand combination, Kusal Pereira. He's going to take strike. 6 balls, 17 required.
Gurbaz and Pereira, they're the two batsmen. Udana is going to be the bowler. He's got all sorts of variations. Udana with his left arm fast medium, back of the hand, 3 or 4 slow deliveries.
And he's got a backed offside field.
He'll know exactly what he wants to do. The way that Isuru Udana is, he wants this. Isuru Udana trains for situations like this. If in the pressure situation, he always puts his hand up, and that was one of the things that came out of Bangalore as well. Was they really appreciated the fact that so many people run away from this type of situation. Isuru Udana wants it all the time, and that's what makes him so successful.
Very experienced, and you can't run away, because this is such a game that you have to react fast. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't, but you have to focus on what's next. Gurbaz is on strike, 2 men behind square in the circle on the offside, deep point, deep extra cover, long off, and then there's a deep mid-wicket. So there's no surprises what he's going to be doing. Left armer, Englet across the right-hander.
Yeah, but with slower balls, otherwise he'd have his third man back. Yeah. So he's got to bowl a lot of slower balls here.
There's those 2 men on the offside that are saving 1. There's no one back at third man, and there's a big gap just to the right of screen now, which I'm sure with his slower balls is the cow corner region. I'm sure is where the batsmen are going to be thinking with these slow balls, but it's hard to fetch him with that angled across. He can go straight, I suppose. It's got to go straight back over the bowler's head. Also a little difficult. I'm sure that's going to be the plan. Slow balls across the batsman with no pace. Right, here we go. 17 to win. That's what's required. Udana. Oh, that was inventive.
There's no one in the deep there. And he's missed out. So that's a dot ball. Pressure building on the batsman.
Why'd he go so far?
Because he's expecting the angle from the left armer, looking at the field.
That far as well?
No, certainly not that far. Certainly not that far. The idea was right. He just went too far across.
Chip that away, and that's gone for 4. That's nicely played.
Powerfully hit. heavily guarded that offside field, but gave the fielder no chance. Probably 5 meters to his left.
It's sort of skimming off the grass, skimming off the dew. I'm surprised he hasn't gone slower ball yet. He hasn't gone the slower ball, particularly with his third man up in the ring.
I also heard on the stump mic, Isrudana making sure with the umpire, if he's going that far across, I can go wider. And he's right. If the batsman does go across, you get more of a margin.
Yep.
He did confirm that with the umpire, just reminding him it's past.
Shot. Goodness me. Brilliant stuff for the man from Afghanistan.
Wow, that is a very, very good shot. He's gone seam up again. He hasn't bowled a slow ball yet.
That's poor from Udan actually, because his ball length, he's given that extra pace which has allowed Gurbaz to hit through the line. Suddenly, 7 off 3.
Well, they should walk this now. They should get this. 7 off 3, you should get this. Oh, that's got to be called a wide, surely. He did move across, but still, it's got to be called a wide.
That was on the leg side. If he stood where he was, that would have been a wide, says the umpire.
No, the umpire's got it wrong.
Yeah, that's a wide.
That's a wide. Definitely a wide.
2 off 7. The game changes again.
Wow. Just the single. Slight fumble. No real problem, just the one.
Oh boy, oh boy. Last ball, 6 required. Is that ball down the leg side going to be costly?
Should have been 1 run and an extra delivery.
And this is going to be the first ball that Kusal Pereira is going to be facing in this situation.
I don't want to harp on it, but it should be 5 runs from 2 balls. It's not, it's 6 runs from 1.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what it should be. Well, at least we can't have the tie again unless there's an overthrow, 1 and an overthrow 4.
Can he find the boundary? Kusal Pereira. He's certainly got the capability, certainly packs a punch. Here we go, Isrudana.
Incredible game of cricket. That really was, and a great way to start the tournament as well. Fantastic game of cricket that.
7 was required off 3 after those 2 blows from Gurbaz. They couldn't get it. They couldn't get it. The Tuskers, they'll feel hard done by. They'll let themselves down. 219. How did you let it get to this?